Welcome back to the 90 More Podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to brand new video. The Europa League round of 16 draw has been drawn, and it looks like we have some interesting fixtures for our viewing pleasure. Man United take on Real Betis. CP will take on Arsenal. Those are the biggest two games for me in this round, from the biggest two clubs in the round still. I'm going to be giving you my early predictions and my reactions to all the draws and all the 8 games. Who goes through, who stays behind. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well, and get your thoughts in as well. Your team has been drawn, are you going to go through? Is this the end of your club's run in the Europa League this season? Let me know. Of course, bear in mind, Man United, clubs like Man United and Arsenal won't be playing in the Europa League next season unless otherwise. So this is a chance to win it for Arsenal, and this is a chance to win it for Manchester United. I think win it again for Manchester United. Now, the first draw is Union Berlin. They played Union Saint Galiso. I think that's quite a very, very easy one for Union Berlin. They've been flying this season. I think they're really doing very well. And this is quite an easy one, right? If Union Berlin don't win this one, home and away, I will be very, very surprised. Now, I cannot write off Union Saint Galiso. They won their group. They topped the group, and that's why they didn't play in the round of 32. But Union Berlin have every power, every source, every means to get this one through. So I'm going to go, I think Union Berlin will win at home. First and foremost, 2-0. And when they go away to Union Galiso, they will draw the game 1-1. So I think on aggregate, it will be 3-1. I don't even think it's a tight contest. I think it's a game where Union Berlin are going to destroy, humble, and embarrass Union Saint Galiso. But look, for both teams, it's quite a very, very easy and fair tie. Next one is Sevilla from Fenerbahce. This one is a battle of two teams that I think will be loving it. I don't think any Fenerbahce fan will be afraid of Sevilla. And for Sevilla right now, I don't think they really needed a team harder than Fenerbahce. So I think this is a good tie. This is a very, very good tie. Sevilla are not doing very well at home. They are actually not doing well at all. They're not winning games away from home. And even in the last game, for them to qualify, they lost 2-0 to PSV in the Netherlands. But they are here. We know they are very good in the UEFA, in the UEFA Europa League. They don't have Unai Emery on their side this time, but that could not matter. I'm going to still back them to go and win this tie. Sevilla will win against Fenerbahce. Sevilla 3-1 at home, and when they go away, they will lose 1-0, and they will go through on aggregate 3-2. So for me, I'll still back Sevilla. I don't feel there is that quality in Fenerbahce to get Sevilla out of this competition. If Sevilla can get the job done at home in the first leg, it's pretty much done, right? It's pretty much done. So I'll back Sevilla. I don't care what people say. Oh, Sevilla is really shit this season. Kosi, I will still back Sevilla. I'm backing them. Game number 3 is Juventus Freiburg. This is beautiful. This is a game I wanted. Like, these are the games I want. Why don't you give Freiburg to Arsenal? But it's going to be a very interesting tie, especially that Freiburg are not that easy side that you're going to, trans over. I think Juve will need to put in some work in this tie. They will need to defend well. They will need to score at least 2 goals to see them over the line. But this is not a tie where I am afraid for Juve. They will make it to the quarterfinals, but it's one where I could see them go to penalties. It's one where I see them definitely going to penalties. Juve do have defensive problems, but they've been a little bit on the rise ever since they had that point deduction in the Italian Serie A. They've been on the rise. They've been doing very, very well. So maybe they think the Europa League is the only way to redeem themselves this campaign, Juventus, and it could be the only way. So on the 90 More Podcast, why don't we back Juve? I'm going to say 1-0 Juventus at the Turin Arena in Italy. They will go to Germany and lose 1-0. They go to penalties and Juve will win it. So I'm going to back Juventus to win this one on penalties. It's going to be 5 margins. I don't think it's going to be, very, very far away. It's going to be, 5 margins. But Juve to go through. The next one is Leverkusen, Feyenoord. This one is not a tie. Yes, Feyenoord did top their group, but for me, this is the end of them in the Europa League. This is the end of them in Europe. Leverkusen can disappoint as well. Like I don't think they're that kind of team that always raises up to the occasion, but they should win this game. This is a tie they must win. So I'm backing Leverkusen all the way, right? Like all the way. Winning this one home and away. It starts at home. They win this one 4-1. Okay, that is how strong I'm going. 4-1. And in the second leg, I think they will win 2-1. Okay, they win this one home and away, and they are through. This one is an easy tie. Like anyone in the competition would have asked for Union St. Galiso or Feyenoord, to be honest, right? Just to be honest. Next tie is a big one. Arsenal take on Sporting CP. I've done this one live on Costa's Arsenal podcast, and most people have told me Arsenal must go through. Now, this was a game, to be honest, this is not just an Arsenal fan channel. This is where I give my solid opinion. I think it's going to be a game that is close. It's going to be fine margins. Sporting CP will be... I think they're going to be the difficult opponents in the last round of 16. And if Sporting CP go through, I don't think this is the shocker of the round. No, I don't think this is the shocker of the round if Sporting CP go through. But I will still back Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan. I will still back my team. It's going to be difficult. But how about a 1-1 away from home in Portugal and Arsenal getting the job done 2-1 at the Emirates Stadium. So I'm backing Arsenal, fine margins, okay? Don't get me wrong. Don't say, Kosi, you said you're going to destroy CP. I don't think we will destroy CP. I think it's going to be fine margins. Like, it's one of those games where I won't be surprised if CP win it in Portugal and Arsenal win it in England and even goes to extra time or even penalties. I think it's going to be a very, very close tie, in my opinion. Manchester United will be at the Old Trafford for the first leg to take on Real Betis, a team that we know very well has similar characteristics to Real Sociedad. The difference for me is Real Betis are beatable. Like, Sociedad do have that kind of, difficult layer to beat. But I think Real Betis are beatable. But they work hard, and they're going to put in a shift against Man United. Now, guess what? This is my surprise element. This is my surprise game. I'm backing Real Betis to go through. Am I crazy? I'm not crazy. Real Betis will go through against Manchester United. I see this game, Man United winning this one 2-1. I see United winning this one 2-1 in the first leg and losing 2-0 in Spain. I think, it goes to Spain. United are out. So I'm going to go Man United are out of the Europa League on the round of 16, although the bookies say they are favorites. How about that, right? Is it kind of unfair? Is it kind of unfair to Manchester United? And disrespectful as well. That is why I've gone disrespectful. I've gone disrespectful to Manchester United. They are out. I'm backing Real Betis all the way. But look, I won't be surprised if Manchester United make this one an easy game. That is all they've been doing. That is what they've been doing ever since coming back from the World Cup. Roma take on Real Sociedad. Roma out. I'm not wasting my time here. Roma are already out of the UEFA Europa League. Like, come on. They struggled against Salzburg, right? They really struggled against Salzburg. They don't have the quality to put Real Sociedad out of this competition. Like, are they going to pack the bus against Real? Because Sociedad will dominate them. And the bad thing is that the first game is in Italy. They're not even going to win that. They're not even going to win that game in Italy. So for me, Roma out, Real Sociedad will go through. I think in Roma, It might go 2-1 Real Sociedad and then 2-0 or 3-0 at Real Sociedad's ground in Spain. So I don't really back Roma. Like, they're not a team I've ever felt like, I could back them. And then the last game of this competition is Shaktar Donetsk taking on Feyenoord. This one is the tightest, isn't it? I think it's the tightest one. Very hard to predict. Shaktar can go through. Feyenoord can go through. Feyenoord do score the goals. Shaktar do score the goals as well. I think the team that behaves well at home and gets the best result at home in this one will go through. And that will be Shaktar. So I'm backing Shaktar against Feyenoord. Shaktar at home, 3-1. Away from home, they will lose 1-0. And I'll go Shaktar to go through. So that is those are my predictions for the Europa League round of 16. Now you've got to bear in mind that all the teams that topped their groups will be playing the second leg at home. That's a massive advantage. Like, Arsenal could lose in Portugal and come and win that game in England. With Manchester United, they don't have the same advantage like they had against FC Barcelona. They have to get a very good result at the Old Trafford in the first leg. Otherwise, Real Betis will absolutely make a joke and mockery of them. So, look, just to be honest, I think the quarterfinals are even going to be fire, right? I don't expect so many shockers. Like, I do not really expect so many shockers unless otherwise. These are my final predictions or final early predictions. I might change them. Union Berlin playing Union Galicia. Union Berlin to go through. Juventus Freiburg backing Juventus to go through. CP Arsenal to go through. Roma Sociedad is a no-brainer. Sociedad will go through. Shaktar Feyenoord, I think Shaktar will do better at home. Shaktar will go through. Man United Real Betis, the shock of the competition, Real Betis will go through. Ferencváros Leverkusen, it's not a tie even, it's not a match. Leverkusen will go through. And Sevilla Fenerbahce, I think Sevilla, with all the experience they have in Europe and in this competition, they will still go through. Let me know your predictions in the comment box below. Am I harsh on your team? Am I too optimistic with some teams? Let me know in the comment box below. Let's have the conversation. I'll speak to you right in the next one, and that should be the weekend preview as we preview Manchester United, Newcastle, the Premier League, and a couple of other games as well. I'll see you when we meet next time. Bye-bye.